In this video, I want to address another really common question that I see all the time, and that is whether or not it's safe to feed your dogs raw eggs. Let's get started. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I am Scott the Dog Dad from DogDadOfficial.com, and if this is your first time on the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button as well as the little bell notification icon so that you get notified about future raw feeding videos. And really quick in the comments section below, let me know, do you currently feed your dogs raw eggs? And if you don't, why not? Okay, so is it safe to feed your dogs raw eggs or not? Yes. Yes, it is. We feed our personal dogs, our German Shepherds, raw eggs every other day, at least, sometimes more. And it's not uncommon at all for people to feed them on a daily basis. Other than a cracked or obviously spoiled egg because of color or smell, there are only two things that you really need to keep in mind. First, the shells. Now, eggshells are perfectly safe to feed as far as whether or not, the actual eggshell itself is fine. The problem is the source of that eggshell. Did it come from a commercial source that is mass produced, or did it come from a fresh, local, organic source, maybe your own chickens? Or of course, ducks and other birds that lay eggs. The reason I bring this up is because if it's a fresh egg, if it's one of your own eggs from your own chickens or ducks, etc., or it's an egg from some type of local farmer's market, maybe a local organic seller, something like that, then those eggshells are safe to feed. However, if it's from a commercial source, your standard gray type of egg carton container from the store that really doesn't have any kind of label on it, those store-bought eggs have been cleaned and rinsed and exposed to chemicals, etc., to make them more presentable for sale in stores. If you've ever seen a fresh egg, or if you have your own chickens, you know that it's not uncommon to find a little bit of poop or other fun things like that. Obviously, something like that isn't going to go over well in the store. So the commercial eggs are cleaned and processed and exposed to certain things that you don't want to be feeding your dog. Number 2, biotin deficiencies. Now there's been a whole lot of freak out for a long time about whether or not feeding raw eggs to your dog is going to cause a biotin deficiency. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Is it easy to prevent? Even more yes. The problem with biotin deficiencies is coming from people that don't feed the egg white and the egg yolk. To avoid this, it's super simple. Feed the egg and the yolk. Even if you weren't feeding both of them, you would have to feed a massive amount to cause any kind of a problem. So just make sure that you're not going too crazy with the amounts that you're feeding, and that when you do feed eggs, you feed both the white and the yolk, and biotin deficiencies shouldn't be a problem. And keep in mind the origin of your eggs. Are they from a local, organic, or maybe even your own chickens, etc.? Or are they from a commercial source? That's going to tell you whether or not you should be feeding that shell. To learn more about or even get started with raw feeding, make sure to check out my free 7 simple steps to raw feeding and other raw feeding resources in the description box below. But most importantly, remember that you don't have to be perfect to be an amazing dog owner. You just have to do your best every day and try to improve as you go forward. Peace.